Brian, what are your immediate thoughts and reactions seeing your side return to winning ways against Oldham this evening?
Well, it's not an unusual experience for a good team. I think we showed that tonight. I thought we dominated the game. I think Oldham were just hanging on in there with a couple of few penalties in the first half. But I was thrilled for the players. I thought they responded really well to the narrow defeat last week, and I think we look like a really good competent team.
You mentioned before the match when we spoke pitch side about sticking to the game plan is key for this team's success. How well do you feel that the players executed, your words, your strategy tonight to secure that 28?
I was in Greenwood as well. We copped a lot of flack about how chaotic our attack was last week, and I thought it was quite the reverse this week. I thought we attacked well. I thought we built pressure. I still think there's bits of improvement in our game. But again, I thought defensively we were very, very strong.
Clearly in that first half, Brian, two good attacking movements which resulted in two tries to Jayden Okinbaugh. How pleased are you that those two tries kind of laid the platform and helped shape the outcome?
I'm always pleased for the players. I'm pleased when they score any kind of try, and because it just reinforces the fact that we're a good team. And I think it will reinforce a few messages to them, and when they look after the ball a bit better than we have been doing at times, we're a really competent outfit. I thought Oldham came tonight and did a few things that tested us, and we responded. I thought it was a really good show.
You emphasised, I think it was last week, about sometimes avoiding the flash stuff, playing boring, How do you feel that the team kind of balanced that discipline in attack tonight, certainly?
Well, it certainly wasn't boring. I thought we scored some good tries tonight, and we've been scoring good tries the whole year. We've got a little glitch at times in relation to our composure, but we've had a lot of changes, a lot of disruption, and we're going to go into this run in now with an element of stability, I hope. We didn't pick any injuries up tonight, so that's a good one. I'm really, really pleased for the players. I think it was a good performance, and it should be used as a yardstick for moving on into the running.
How important was it, that early penalty, then backed up with a try and then another try, Brian, that you really had that early ascendancy momentum?
Well, it's better than not doing that. I think clicking the tins over helps everybody, Mick. I think it's the alternative is to concede a try from a jag. They jagged a try in the second half that wasn't lucky because they had more blue shirts in the frame than ours, and we'll look at that. But my overriding thoughts and principles tonight is that we've reinforced the fact that we're having a good season and we're a good team.
Sixth different spine of the season, Brian. How pleased are you with how that spine contributed? Certainly a lot of creativity, and I kind of guess, does that kind of...
Well, I think it's the eighth combo when you look at in the game when we've changed things, so that's not ideal for anybody. I was asked the question after 10 weeks, what will it look like? And you can have an idea, but we didn't have any personnel after 10 weeks. And so I thought Tom Holmes looked really good on the left. I thought it looked exciting. His quality of his passing and his work with Matty was great. But I also thought the right side showed up as well. So we had a threat on the edge. But I generally think it was the middles that won us the game tonight. I thought they were strong, they were fast, they worked hard for each other, and they laid a platform.
But just on that spine, Brian, how much food for thought does that actually give you moving forward, that the Hooley, Holmes, Keys, Lilly combination might be the one, to carry Bradford forward?
Well, it started tonight, didn't it? And we had not the luxury, but Mitch Suter will offer something in relation to that as well. I thought we were a whole lot more decisive than we've been for a while, and composed.
How pleased are you with just restricting Oldham with all their strike and firepower to just two tries, Brian, with some strong, astute, resilient defence?
And we had to defend, because of what we did, we had to defend a whole lot more than we needed to. So we need to even that out a little bit. A few penalties to get them out of their own half in the first half, and a couple of errors in the second half, a ball steal that we'll look at. But again, they're a good group, they're a good group of blokes, and they work hard for each other. But moving forward, we've got, 7 games left? This championship's a wonderful competition because you have to be ready every week for different challenges. But I think we showed tonight that we're a pretty competent team ourselves.
It was clearly, to my ears, a happy, loud dressing room, Brian. I was on my way here to the press conference and I could still hear everybody singing from 200 metres away. Does this win against Oldham tonight, does it mean something more than usual?
Not really. Just a few people getting twitchy and around the place, and I don't do social media, but you get people inform you that X and Y is happening and X and Y. And I thought, gosh, it's a good team. It's a good competition. Just hold your nerve. And that's our job. You know, the coaches have done a good job this week in reinforcing that. The game against York last week, whilst it was disappointing in the result, we did a whole lot of good things and probably got closer to them than we had. And that was their best 17. And I still think, you know, when our best 17's out, we're a good team too. So there's nothing surprising. I think you'll find in this competition over the last 7 games, there'll be ups and downs all over the place.
The win this evening, Brian, puts Bradford back into second in a tight championship race. How do you feel the team have managed that pressure going into this game, and what does that say about that mental toughness?
Great. We had a good review on the Monday and spoke about how close we were rather than how far away we were, and that's the difference. We've got some positive people in our team and on the coaching staff, and we looked at what we're doing and what we could do better. Greeny grabbed the attack and we showed pictures of, well, if we do X, Y will happen, and that proved it to be the case. In the main tonight, I was thrilled for the players. It meant a lot to them because I think it reinforces the belief that we think we're a top team.
You've mentioned about what it means to the players. Iribe Doro scores Bradford's 4th try near the end, and well, that's it. It's party central, Odsal, Brian.
Party central. What does that mean? I mean, you've got to get a glow stick or something like that.
You clearly see on the emotion of the players what it means to players like Iribe and the team. That's something you can galvanise and use to strengthen your position moving forward.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I honestly thought we dominated the game, and they threw a lot of shape at us. You know, they threw a lot of movement, they threw a lot of width at a dummy half. They had dangerous 9s in Wildy and Pelissier, so we had to be ready. I thought PLT he's such an exciting player, isn't it? You have to counter for him, but we did that in the main. He didn't really cause us too many problems, other than the fact that it causes everybody problems, if you know what I mean. So they took on board the information of their threats, and I think we handled them.
When you look at the overall game, Brian, obviously there will be aspects of the game plan that you feel Bradford can improve and refine. How close is this to not a perfect performance, but you know, a very good, satisfactory win this evening?
I think it's the best 80 we've put together for a while. You know, I think we've shown glimpses of 60-minute here and then one tackle football for 20 minutes or whatever it is to make games hard. I hope that there's a clue in the way that we played tonight, and we've been trying to get there all year. We're no different to anybody else if we don't play the way we need to play, and I thought that was a good example tonight.
Moving forward, Iribe Doro, you said it's going to be week by week. I presume at some point ahead of the trip to Widnes you'll be engaging and talking with Willie Peters. Do you hope to have Iribe for that game, or is it still got a bit of a question mark like the Riddler?
Well, we're beholden to Hull KR. He's a Hull KR player. I'm sure that they've got high hopes and aspirations for him. I know they have, because I've been over there. I've spoken to Willie and their PP as well. So you just keep your fingers crossed, because he's been a great addition in the last couple of weeks. I think we need to look at what we can do as well to bolster the squad. And would still try to do that before August the 21st. But when you look at tonight, and you know, Michael Lawrence didn't play, James Donaldson's out injured, Jimmy Meadows didn't feature. We're getting a little bit of talent back. Our squad, I'm confident with that talent, is as good as anybody else's, but we have to perform in a similar manner to what we did tonight. You
just mentioned about strengthening, Brian. Are you expecting any imminent arrivals?
No. Get my phone book out this weekend.
How did you rate the attacking kicks tonight?
Outstanding. I thought we kicked really, really well. I thought we caused a lot of concern and pressure for the opposition when we did kick. We competed for them, which is what we've been asking. But when you kicked and you got somebody like PLT in the background, you've got to be really ready to defend as well. So I'm a big believer in handing the ball over on our terms, and I think we did that tonight because you can have a structured response to what they throw at you then. So it's a good question, Bill, but I thought we kicked really well.
Second question. If you had to pinpoint 2 pieces of skill from your side tonight, what 2 would they be?
I thought the scrum play to open up the game was a good scrum play. You know, the first try for Ockenbo. I think that kind of gave us the confidence to keep playing in the way they wanted playing. And then I thought Tom Holmes showed some sublime skills on the left-hand side with Matty G. I thought Matty G run some great lines.
That bit of deafness by Wacker Blake for the try as well.
Yeah, he's a super player, and he was sorely disappointed with his performance last week. But that's what we do, you know. You don't become a bad player overnight. You just put things right, and that's what this team. I think that's why the reaction and the happiness in the changing room was because of that, because maybe some sniping that's been going on.